So the next mineral is dysprosium, the rare earth mineral, the Re. We spoke about neodymium, and the last one we spoke about was praseodymium. But today we're going to talk about another one, dysprosium. Do you know that without dysprosium, the AI, electric vehicle, the steel jets wouldn't function at full capacity? South Africa has a massive reserves of these high-tech metals, yet South Africa, like many African countries, they export these rare earth raw instead of refining them locally. So meanwhile, China dominates 99% of dysprosium refining, keeping all the economic benefits of being able to make use of the dirt that you dig under the ground. Could South Africa and other countries in Africa break the cycle and become a global supplier? Now, stay tuned. Let us talk about dysprosium, one of the most valuable minerals of the future. Dysprosium, atomic number 66 on the periodic table. It is a rare earth element with unique heat resistance property. What are the key components used are needed for AI powered system, for electric vehicle, for military asset? The key component it is that it can withstand extreme temperature without losing its magnetic properties. It is a critical component of the neodymium iron boron magnets, the NDFEB. In AI, from last video we spoke about being used in AI and defense technology, but this dysprosium adds another layer to our rare earth minerals that are found, many reserve and lie in South Africa untouched because people there don't know how to use them. So they absorb neutrons. So why is so important that dysprosium absorb neutrons, and why are they important? Absorption of neutron, why is that? It is very important for nuclear reactors. Yes. So they make them a little bit safer, the nuclear reactors. So they're very valuable. Okay? So let's explore and have a look. So what makes dysprosium so important? Let's break them down for you. So AI technologies, like I said, it relies on many rare earth minerals, neodymium, praseodymium. Today, we're talking about dysprosium. So dysprosium-based magnets in hard drive, in quantum computing and advanced robotics. Still the same area that we spoke about the other two, but they play some component that are uniquely to them. So you cannot have these hard drive without either one of these three minerals, rare earth. So the hard disk drive, HDD, in data centers and AI cloud storage, in quantum computing, they improves magnet stability in high temperature. We talk about its main property, that heat resistance, that nuclear reactor neutron, yes, being valuable for safety. For nuclear reactors, we add another layer of our rare earth necessity. Okay, in robotics and automation, dysprosium, very important. AI-powered industrial robots uses dysprosium enhanced ND-FeB magnets. ND, neodymium, Fe, iron, B, boron magnets. Autonomous self-driving drones and self-driving cars require heat-resistant motor. So dysprosium is very important rare earth mineral, atomic number 66. They lie in South Africa untouched. High a number of reserve. So it's not just about AR. Dysprosium is also important in military grade asset. It's so valuable. The fighter jets, like I said, you would need them. You need all three of them, but each one of them have a specific role to play. So you can't have a fighter jet that works well without the three we spoke about so far. Neodymium, praseodymium. Today, we're talking about dysprosium, but dysprosium has a very unique properties. Heat resistant. Okay, that is so important for these fighter jets. So also the missile guided system. So important for when we talk about military, a nuclear powered submarine, nuclear sub. So essentially what it means that modern warfare is built on dysprosium. Without it, advanced military technology wouldn't function as efficient. So for defense application, we're talking about stealth aircraft, military drones, radar absorbing coating. That one, they use dysprosium. Smart missile and targeting system, they need heat-resistant component of dysprosium for accuracy. See? That is so important. Why? Why the EU deal? South Africa, what are you doing? Why you let these people continue the failed policy of the past? It's a very important thing about that dysprosium has that the other two don't have: heat resistance. The second one that is so important is the nuclear reactors. Dysprosium is used as a neutrons to absorb those reactors for safety. This means dysprosium isn't just another metal. It is a strategic military asset. So as EU are trying to scramble to increase the defense, because who told who what they need to do from the White House, these rare earths are going to be very important. So the third things that we spoke about in all two of them, this one is the third one, dysprosium. It is a net zero green energy transition. As the world rises into this net zero transmission, dysprosium is essential for making that transition possible. So in electric vehicle and wind energy, electric vehicle motors need dysprosium to prevent overheating. That property of dysprosium being heat resistance, it's needed here. Wind turbines use AR optimized dysprosium magnets to stay efficient under extreme weather conditions. That means that if there's no wind, there's no generation of the energy, the AR optimized dysprosium will make that happen, that it store that energy efficiently, it's able to generate it under extreme temperature. So that's why when I said having just wind turbines without air optimized, it is the waste of money because of this. You know, we know the problem with these wind turbines, everything with storing energy for a long time. So to make it efficiently, the member state need to have this rare earth. For that, you need dysprosium. So why is South Africa and some of the African continent not actually increasing production? Why? When you have so many of this rare earth just lie there untouched. I mean, these things, rare earth, are not something that someone can steal it. It's not like the gold and sell it, because what they would do about it? Because they need to be to be sent to the lab and confirm that is actually dysprosium. This is where the chemistry comes in. See? So South Africa has raw materials of dysprosium. A lot of these rare earths said South Africa has about 10 that I know of that are confirmed and where they are, which area. But they export a lot of them to China. They send our dysprosium to China, losing billion to potential revenue. This is a problem. South African mines dysprosium, but they export them as raw material to China and now to EU. Without a local processing, you don't have a high value economic growth. You cannot have a high value economic growth that leads to job creation. They cannot grow jobs if you continue this policy. This is the past policy. It's not anything new. You know, no, there's nothing new about it. So, you know, South Africa, like many African countries, they really stuck as a raw material supplier instead of actually developing a high-tech industry, high-tech producing industry. And you're also going to lose a lot of your young and brightest people if they want to explore that part of the research, because you don't give them the opportunity to practice, because you do not have the industries that actually process and refine these rare earth that you're sending to EU and China. So if, you know, other countries, they want to diversify the economy because of the potential risk of relying on just one supplier, meaning China, you know, South Africa and other African countries could actually be a playing partner, equal partner in providing these essential mineral. Instead of sending the debt to China, and China controls about 89% of the processing of this dysprosium. See where the problem is? Nothing that was announced by Ramaphosa and Esla is new. That is where I am leading here. There is nobody that looks like Ibrahim Traoré in South Africa. There is no Ibrahim Traoré. Maybe that Ibrahim Traoré is you know, is in childcare. Which is, it was a shame. I'll be dead by then when they become older. Oh my gosh. There is no Ibrahim Traoré. There's no Ibrahim Traoré equivalent. This is old people's job doing this mess. And you guys, the young people, are going to come. You're going to have to pick up the pieces of this mess. Okay. So, yeah. Just think about it. Okay.